Hi, welcome to Julius Bar. Today we're gonna have a dangerously easy to drink cocktail. It's called the Blinker. So the Blinker is a really simple and great cocktail which only uses 3 ingredients: grenadine syrup, rye whiskey, and grapefruit juice. I'm gonna be using pink grapefruit juice. I'm gonna be using Rittenhouse Bottle and Bond straight rye whiskey, which comes at 100 proof, 50% ABV, and it's really quality rye. Bottle and Bond means there are some restrictions on how it is distilled, and it's widely used by bartender in the world, including Kai Amasan, and yes, this nice spice and this really gorgeous deep tones is reasonably priced, so you're not gonna waste your money, and actually prefer to some more expensive alternative in the rye whiskey category. So this is a shaken cocktail, and let's start building it. I'm already chilling my glasses. So we're gonna have 15 milliliters of grenadine syrup. Actually, I put a slightly less because
I'm trying to watch my figure.
But also because I don't really like that much sweet. I'm gonna go around 10, 12 milliliters of this stuff. Then I'm gonna prepare some grapefruit juice. I'm gonna use half a grapefruit juice for each of these 3 drinks, which are gonna be variations, slight variation on a Blinker. But before squeezing it, I'm gonna remove some peel because I'm gonna use it later for garnish. Once we have our squeezed juice, we just pour it in the shaker. When it's time for the rye whiskey, 60 milliliters, which is a nice portion of alcohol. With 50% ABV, 60 milliliters, not too bad for a easy to drink cocktail. So we're just gonna get some ice in the other half of our Boston chicken, and then we shake. Until it's nicely chilled. Okay, let's go ready with our first glass. And let's double strain. I use this relatively fine strainer too, because you don't want to get some small seeds or some leftover ice from the shakening to go into your glass. And there you go. Just gonna squeeze some grapefruit peel to add even more grapefruitiness to the whole thing. And this is too ugly. I'm gonna discard it. But it gave a nice flavor, I hope. Let's try. It's fantastic. Yeah, the main problem is too easy to drink because the sweetness of the grapefruit combined with the acidity of the grapefruit matches grenadine, and weirdly enough the rye whiskey with these kind of licorice flavors perfectly. It's a marriage made in heaven. So how can we even improve on something like this? Well, hold on a second, one more sip. Let's get into our first variation. Enter Amarena Fabbri syrup. This stuff is so good. Once you finish your maraschino cherries, the leftover juice is just incredible. So now I'm gonna build exact same cocktail, but I'm gonna put Amarena Fabbri instead. Let's start with this. We are gonna go with 15 milliliters of this delicious syrup. It's slightly less sweet than the grenadine syrup, so I put slightly more, and also just too good. Okay. Please don't let drops fall. Lick all of them. The rest of the cocktail is going to be exactly the same. So let's skip to the drinking. There you go, blinker with maraschino cherry syrup, Fabbri Amarena in this specific case, cherry syrup, instead of a grenadine. Let's try it out. Even though I added a bit more cherry syrup, this is less sweet than the grenadine one, which I guess grenadine is just sugar with red coloring. Less sweet, better. Yeah, he also has the cherry something that only cherry has. Yeah, you can drink it this in one sip. And it's just fantastic. Is it even possible to improve on these drinks? I don't know. Yeah, this is more sweet. This adds a bit of complexity to the flavor, and it's but which one you like best? I don't know, it depends on your taste. I think I'd rather go with this one because I just have such a sweet spot for this juice. But let's try something else. Grenadine, just sugar with red coloring. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get the best sugar substitute for cocktails ever, which is maraschino. Surprise, it's always maraschino. Because it's also a favorite of Kayama-san. So we're gonna get 10 milliliters, maybe 10, 15, let's see how I get inspired. Let's do 12, something in the middle. So 12 milliliters of maraschino liqueur, which, as I mentioned in other videos, it's often used as a sugar substitute. It's a liqueur, yes, 32% ABV. It's a liqueur also made from cherries, just like Amarena Fabbri, Marasca cherries, but it's transparent, pretty much completely transparent. So, how to make it into grenadine? Enter food coloring. Is it blasphemy to add food coloring? I I don't think so. I mean, food coloring is everything we eat. It shouldn't have any taste at all. I mean, grenadine just have the same food coloring. Let's try. We put a tip of red inside of our Luxardo Maraschino, and we just made the best grenadine syrup ever. Maybe. Did we just make a lot of bullcrap? Also maybe. Let's see. Just gonna give it a stir. The maraschino smell coming out. It's actually really good. Okay, I think this is about right. So now I'm gonna mix the same drink, same amount of grapefruit, but with this component instead of the other juices I used. Let's see. That food coloring really did a big red number on this. It's so red. Well, who cares? Let's try it. Cheers. Wow. This is really strong compared to this and this. Is it good? Yeah, it is good. Is it stupid to add red coloring to maraschino? Kind of. It's really not something smart. Because you don't really need to add the red coloring. Okay, we did a perfect order. Sweetest, less sweet of all, and right in the middle. And I think the one that has more flavor in the end, this one. I guess this is my favorite, the winner. The only problem is you can only make it when you have some leftover juice from your Amarena Fabbri jars. So I guess you should alternate this with some really good Manhattan or other cocktail that goes for maraschino cherry, so you're left over with some really sweet, tart, cherry goodness from the Amarena, which I really suggest you get this one, Amarena Fabbri. I don't know, is it the most natural? No. But is it the best? Is it like Nutella? Have you ever tried some other choco cream? Do they taste like Nutella? No, they don't, because they have some secret ingredient or something. Would you ever go for Pepsi instead of Coca-Cola? No, because Coca-Cola, it's fucking Coke. So the same is true for Amarena Fabbri. Amarena has some weird shit in it that's freaking delicious, and so you should get Amarena Fabbri because I love it. And then you should eat all the Amarena, and then you should use the juice to make you the best blinker ever. Cheers. Hey, did somebody call for the cocktail mixology assistant? You look really lonely in this house. What? You're not alone. You have a friend. Ooh, what should we do?